Hey, what up, what up? It's Arona, aka Cinematic Cisse. I'm really sorry, y'all, that I've been absent on social media. I've just been real busy and everything, but I told y'all I have some things coming this summer and I promised it to y'all. Today, I'm talking about You Are the Movie. Every individual person has their own story. Just like an old school TV series called The Naked City, they would always say there are 8 million stories in the Naked City. Each person on this earth, all the billions, and every person who's lived from the beginning of time to now is a movie. Everybody has their own individual story, and people watch your life like a movie. Everybody has a beginning, everybody has an end. Just like I said in the previous video, runtime. There's a time for everything. Every season in your life, think of it like a TV show. There's season 1 to season whatever, and each time that season is done, that's how short that show is, or that movie. Just like your life, there's a season for every little thing, a time for everything, and everybody's time will end just like a movie, the end credits. But how you live your life, just like how you see this, how what's done in that movie is what you make of it. And every person who comes in your life, every character, whether it's for a long time or for a short period of time, has a purpose. Just like in the hero's journey, each person they've encountered in that movie or show had a purpose. Like even the bad things that happened to them, it had a purpose in there. It made them stronger. Even though it was betrayal, hurt, anger, that little thing had some sort of purpose in there. And all the good things in there, the good times, had purposes too. But like I said, people watch your life like a movie. They sit there and critique every little thing you do and say and did, just like they sit there in the theater, the critique movie. Those are critics. You will have critics in life. Jesus had critics. Every successful person has critics. And even people criticize themselves. And I criticize myself quite often. But don't be your own worst critic, because people can see that. And then that can lead to self-hate. And that's not good. Just like when people sit there and hate their own movies, don't be one of those people. Don't say, oh, I hate my content. Why would you hate your own content? But seriously, I just think, to be honest, I just think that's really stupid to hate your own content. I kind of was like that at one time, but don't be like that toward yourself. Don't sit there and give in to some critics. And don't always listen to what a critic says about you. Take it with a grain of salt. I don't mean constructive criticism, but everything else, don't sit there and listen to some critic, even reviews. People say all kind of things about a movie, a TV show. Oh, it's this, and that. You have your own perspective about that show or movie. That's how people see your life. They review your life. They critique that life. I don't mean to repeat myself, but I'm just being truthful. They're going to criticize every little thing you do. It's not perfect. It's not good enough. You work a regular job. You don't make Employee of the Month. You don't get no recognition. You don't even get nominated because it wasn't good enough, or someone don't want you to make it. You can do everything right for the Academy and everything they ask you to do, but you still won't make it. You still won't get no Oscar. And I'm going to tell y'all one thing. Some of y'all, you'll never get that award. You'll never get that Emmy. You'll never get that Golden Globe. Never get that Oscar. Never get that Grammy. Don't worry about it. As long as you made an impact on people, that's all that matters. I'm just giving deep details into how people are going to criticize your life and how that relates to filmmaking. They're going to do both. Don't sit there and listen to some critic. It don't matter if they're richer than you. It don't matter if they have more money than you. You live your life. You do what you're put on this earth to do. Don't listen to those freaking critics, because at the end, you don't answer to no critic. You answer to God Almighty. That's why I don't care about what no critic says about me. People are always going to have something to say. The movie could be grade A. You could have done everything right. It ain't going to please everybody. They didn't like who you casted. They didn't like this part. They didn't like what you said here. Just like out in your life. They didn't like what you did 10 years ago. They didn't like what you who your friends are, who you're dating. You know, same concept. That's why I said you are a movie. Don't sit there and fear people when they say you made a mistake. They're just trying to find it. Don't fear that. I used to fear that. When you fear that, you're not fearing God, and you're supposed to fear God, not what people say about you. That's idolatry, and I used to practice that, y'all. But like I said, y'all, just keep being you. Keep being that movie. There's this time for everything. And when it's a wrap, when God says that's a wrap, you will stand before him. Then you'll go on to the next journey, whether it's heaven or hell, y'all. We banging.